The bus is $311 million in 2024, right?
Yeah.
And that was the operation budget. And then the Skyline, we're looking at 85, so substantially less.
Yeah.
However, when we look at how many people are using the bus compared to who's using the rail, it's per person per ridership. It's astronomically different, right? And I'm more one of I'll give the benefit of the doubt because in due time, it should ideally get to a point where it makes sense.
And it will.
You don't start something like off the bat and everything's perfect. And I'm willing to give that grace.
Yep.
Because I do read, I do know the numbers, and I am spending time. I think some of the pushbacks are always just, it is hard. And again, from Ho'opili's perspective, I'm walking with my son, and I look up and it's empty.
Yep.
You see a couple people, and
Do you know why it's empty?
why?
Because you live near the end of the line.
Maybe.
People tell that to me
maybe.
all the time about
That's
the
a good
bus.
point. Okay,
Like,
I
they're like,
don't
hey, the bus. Why
think
you on the
I've
bus? Why you on the bus so much into this neighborhood? Like it's empty. I see it go by. It's empty. I'm like, you live near the end of the line. This bus does many things before it gets to you.
Actually, I want to pose that.
Yeah.
If you ride the rail right now, put in your comment. Let me know when it's busiest, because I think that's really important to do. Because most of the people in my neighborhood, but you're right, we're at the end, so that might make sense.
So I really do like that the decision point. Like I call it meow meowing. Like the people just are kind of meowing at things that, maybe some of it is based in fact and some of it isn't, right? I like the fact that the meow meowing is changing into like, this is dumb, tear it down. There's still someone at, but
I heard the other day just put a farmer's market on it the whole time, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's interesting. Above ground.
or
farmer's
people
market.
like put cars and buses on it. I'm like, that thing is not wide enough to. Anyway, there's so many reasons why all those ideas don't work.
Okay.
Right? Somebody even talked about the High Line in New York. Do that. I'm like,
walk and put.
it would be much
plants and-
safer. So you want people to walk like
Sure.
a mile or so without any way of getting down or getting up there. Like, I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
So there's just many reasons. Like, I'm not gonna address every single. I'm not gonna. Well, maybe I should. Maybe I should just do a whole day of myth busting, and then sit in the booth and then be like, "My name is John. Ask me anything."
I think clarity is important.
But you know what? Though the people that are gonna ask those questions don't want to hear the answers.
Sure.
They want to make their issue known. And there's, I think, a rare breed of people that ask questions, and that's why I'm really thankful for you having this podcast to actually put some reasonable information out there. And so, the conversation is changing a little bit about this is dumb. You guys are dumb. Tear it down. Put an end to all of this. To like, oh, you guys are dumb. How come it doesn't run late? How come it ends so early? I'm like, okay, double-edged sword. If you say it's empty, that nobody rides it, when about 4,500 people ride it a day, I got many buses that do far less than that, but we still provide a service.
Yep.
We are a government service. We're there for people. We're not in it to make money. Yep. We will not make money on this. And I think that's where people, like I've gone to other podcasts where they ask me, when do you expect to turn a profit on this? Never.
Well, I can do the numbers right now.
Never.
Per person, it's
But when have we
$54
turned
per person.
the last time we
bus,
turned
no way.
a profit on bus was when it was a private industry and we didn't run service that wasn't like feasible. But the conversation is changing and people are like, it should run later. 100% agree. And it will run later in a year. We're negotiating that right now. It looks like we're gonna get maybe 20 hours out of the day it'll be running, which is super important when
That's
it's
huge.
going to, the shipyard and going to
Airport.
the airport and other things. And even I got a lot of, interestingly enough, so a lot of my friends who work for the bus, who either operate or maintain the bus, they saw rail as kind of like a divisive thing. Like, this is another mode coming to compete. No. It's one system used for all of its benefits put together, right?
Right.
So now they're starting to kind of think and go, hey, am I going to be able to catch this to work? It's hard for them, right? Because they have to be there before most people are going someplace.
Right.
So yes, we're gonna start much earlier. We're gonna end much later. We're gonna have extended hours on Friday and Saturday, and those things will make a difference. And I love being able to answer people's questions in those positive sense. Like, like instead of, hey, you guys are dumb. How come it ends at 7? Who can do that? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So that's why our plan has always been that when we get more places that require more service, we will bump up the hours.